Well, a new study out now has shed a light on how Yoopers are keeping up with housing prices. The Out of Reach report says one job might not be enough to make rent. TV6's Dan Greneveld tells you what experts have to say about the UP's housing market.
A new report from the National Low Income Housing Coalition shows housing is reaching unaffordable levels in the UP. The report says minimum wage workers in Marquette County may have to work multiple jobs to afford fair market rent. Fair market rent in Marquette County is $1,054 for a two-bedroom apartment. It's confirmation of what UP community leaders have already been working to address, like the Central UP Regional Housing Partnership.
Working families, even those with steady jobs, are finding it harder and harder to secure housing they can afford. That's especially true in rural areas like the Central UP, where wages often lag behind the cost of rent, and building new units isn't easy.
Susie says the Out of Reach report underscores what he and his organization are seeing on the ground. A member of the Housing Partnership, Susie is working alongside local governments, housing organizations, and developers to find ways to make housing more affordable. What counts as affordable depends on an individual's income. Michigan Coalition Against Homelessness Director of Public Policy Nick Cook defines what that means. He says housing is considered affordable if it costs 30% of a person's income. When it rises above that level, he says people are put at risk of homelessness.
One bad day, one incident, getting hurt at work, having a sick child, they lose their job, and they don't have any expendable income. So they end up in a chance where they're going to lose their home and end up homeless.
Cook says these issues in the housing market can't be addressed by the private sector.
Housing costs have increased, building costs have increased, energy costs have increased. So for us to actually have affordable housing, it needs to be a complete federal, state, and local cooperation to develop these projects.
However, Cook says while this report is alarming, Michigan and the UP are not doing particularly worse than the rest of the country. Dan Greneveld, TV6 News.